Scott. All right, my name's Scott. Can I get a hi, Scott? Hi. Oh, hi, everybody. How you doing? It feels pretty good. Let's try it. What's your name? Folks, Travis. Hi, Travis. Nice stuff, Travis, huh? Feels good. So, I think it's important to have goals in life, and so for a male entertainer, my goal is for the next 10 minutes to not have a sexual harassment claim filed against me. So to that end, I will be talking a lot about women or dating, mostly because I'm married and my wife frowns at me dating. Most of what I know about women I learned as a kid from watching Bill Cosby. Oh, don't laugh. That stuff works. Now drink up and we'll talk after the show. So you probably see from my size, I'm a fairly tall guy. I wasn't always a big guy. In fact, when I was actually the smallest kid through my freshman year in high school. I was the goat. I got picked on. I got beat up. I got dunked in the toilet, and I was the go-to kid for wedgies. Everyone knows what wedgies are, where they pull you up by the back of your underwear. But I was so small, they didn't just pull me up, they hung me from things like lockers and walls. And one time they tried to do that 1980s classic and run me up a flagpole, but my underwear ripped. Because my mom always bought the cheapest underwear. Not really, because I'm like the only kid whose mom didn't write their name in underwear because she was afraid that somebody would find it. At least that's what she told me about why she would drop me off at the mall when I was 4 years old. Anyway, my mom was worried that I had gotten our family short gene, which we do have a small gene, and so she wrote a list of famous short people to make things better. And I need to preface this by saying making things better was never my mom's strong suit. I'll give you an example, and I've got backup here to validate this. I brought my wife-to-be home to meet her, didn't even make it in the door. My mom steps out, now mind you, I'm quoting her. She steps out, points across the street and says, "You remember the little retarded girl you used to babysit for when you were a kid? Her dad became super rich. You should have married the retarded girl." In front of my wife-to-be. So that's my mom. I'm setting an expectation here. So here's the list she came up with. Beethoven, Houdini, Gandhi. So it starts out well enough, but then it continues. Yasser Arafat, Kim Jong-il, Hitler. Did I mention that I'm Jewish? So my mom basically said early on that I was going to do one of two things. Either be the greatest in the world at something or kill everyone I know. Not a lot of wiggle room to go with there. But eventually I do, as you noticed, had the growth spurt. That coupled with all the athletic ability I created being a 4'9" Jewish kid, I lettered in exactly 2 sports in high school, badminton and mini golf. I was actually captain of the putt-putt nuts. So I had that going for me. But to offset that, the athletic stuff, I've always been special in school. In fact, I graduated top 3 in my high school and in college. If you randomly select only 2 of the people from my high school and college. My daughter actually did graduate top 3, and we do share something in common regarding grade point average. The point? Being a Jewish kid that's bad in school is like being a Vietnamese guy who doesn't like dog, or a black guy who doesn't like big butts, or Jared from Subway who doesn't want a copy of the Toys R Us catalog. Oh, we got a little feeling for the Jared thing. Okay, I'm gonna throw a little freebie in here, a little freebie Jared joke for you. Did you hear that Jared had a religious conversion in jail?
We don't care.
Yeah, now he wants to be a Catholic priest.
As regular as
Okay, just in case I thought that was a good solid one. I like that one. So the reason I think that I know why I struggled so much in school. I have attention deficit disorder, and for most people, what they think when they hear that means I can't really focus well. But what it really is my mind takes really long trips to get to the same answer. I can illustrate. Shall I illustrate? Okay. So this is high school me. So I'm in high school, and I'm taking the SATs, and I come to a question for which I know I have absolutely no idea what the answer is, right? which if you saw my SAT scores, you'd know that it happened an awful lot. But anyway, so I'm in there, and I come to this question, and I can't think of what it is, but I remember in our test prep course, they taught us that if you can't think of the question in multiple choice, always answer letter C. And I couldn't remember. But this is where my mind kicks in. So, I'm on a boat in Venezuela. It's a small boat, packed full of people. We're on a river that's filled with crocodiles. We're close to the shore, so there's monkeys jumping in and out of the boat trying to steal our stuff, when suddenly I realize I've got Montezuma's revenge. So I've got 4 choices. Either A, I do it in my pants. B, I try to slide my butt quietly over the edge of the boat. C, I jump in the water and just take my chances with the crocodiles. Or D, I just do it right there on the edge, right there on the deck of the boat. I choose B. So I start moving, everything starts moving in slow motion. I slide my butt to the edge of the boat. At that exact minute, a monkey jumps out of the tree, lands squarely on top of my head, which knocks me back into the water. Everyone rushes to the edge of the boat. There I am in the water, in a stew of my own creation, with my pants down around my ankle, and a monkey still on top of my head. And I think, I should have chose C. And then it comes to me, always answer C. So that's how my mind works. Make sense? Now, when people find out you have something like ADD, they're always offering you advice and suggestions. I remember once I had one of my girlfriend's, the girlfriend at the time's father. He said, "Boy, the thing for you is you need to go to a concentration camp." And I thought, you know, for ADD, that's a pretty good suggestion. But then I found out that he was a Nazi. You know, really, I spent a week at their house. I didn't shower once. No good. But then I find out that the girlfriend was actually racist too, and she told me that she was only going to have sex with me for the summer just to drive her dad crazy, right? And if anyone's ever dealt with racism, you know that the thing I should do is get up and walk out right then. But I'm an 18-year-old boy getting laid. I'm sorry, the fear of death is not making me move. So, yeah, what's he gonna do? You know, I guess it's one of those things. That's one of those things that guys really, we do all understand it. So I'm surprised everybody else did too. But I always find it different. You know, men and women are so different. And one of the places I became most conscious of that was, have you ever noticed that a woman standing in front of the engagement selection at a store with that look of anticipation and hope in her eyes is the exact same look that a guy has of Circle K in front of a hot dog roller? That says something. Guys, here, let me ask you guys a question real quick. Just for the guys. Guys, Harvey Weinstein, good guy or bad guy? Good guy. Surprise, bad guy. Okay, right, bad guy. Now, women, before you get too excited about that, understand that most of us really haven't thought about it at all. I mean, if we did, we'd probably come to the same conclusion. But all we really did was do guy math. We figured out that which answer was most likely to get us kicked in the balls, right? You should duck, right? And the news stuff like that always jumps out at me. I love the news. I'll tell you up front, I'm neither a liberal nor a conservative. I'm more a liberative or a conservable. My Mercedes is a Prius emblem. But before I came out here, I was talking to one of the pros, and he said the key to comedy today is no sex, no religion, no politics, no race. I said, well, dear Lord, there went my Trump mud wrestling airboy joke. So instead, I like to talk about millennials. And one of the things that fills the news up a lot is we see the millennials freaking out over just about everything. They freak out over election results. They freak out over speakers on campus. They constantly seem to be uptight. And so as a public service, I have created a list. And this is all the things that you can say to a millennial without pissing them off. And here's the list. Thank you. I will say there's one last thing, this Weinstein thing. You know, and I thought the strangest part of this deal was, you know, here's all these rich and powerful guys, Matt Lauer, Harvey Weinstein, Louis C.K., and a whole bunch more. And with all that power they have, their big thrill was in touching themselves in front of people. I thought the whole point of success was like yachts and cars and mansions, but apparently I was wrong. Apparently it's just getting caught touching yourself is the thing. Which means that I actually reached the pinnacle of my success when I was about 12 years old and my parents walked into me in that National Geographic. So I guess I've already been to the top. Everything else, there we go. I'm going to finish up with talking about my kids a little bit here, because I just got just two small things. I've got two kids. They're teenagers, they're computer geniuses, and it's a curse. The first one, my daughter, actually was #1 in the country in Girl Scout cookie sales. Pretty exciting. Did the whole thing online. Hold the applause. Trust me on this one. You're going to want to hold the applause on this one. So the whole thing online. I come to find out that she only marketed to the federal sexual predator site and a hacked list she got off of Jenny Craig. Curse. My son, a little bit worse, my son watches so much pornography that his web pages stick together. If he watches any more, NASCAR is going to give him a sponsorship from Kleenex. So I try to break this and tell him how terrible it is to look at this stuff, and nothing works. So I invented a software program to cure it. And what it is, it's called the Mama Papa Swap-A-Stoppa. And it works just like this. Anytime a kid opens up porn on the computer, it swaps out the porn actors' faces with their parents' faces. You want to test efficacy? Everyone, think of the last porn thing you ever saw. Now put your parents' face in that picture. Who's still in the mood? Anybody? Anybody? You're sick? That's dementia. All right. Hey, that's all I got for you. I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Give it up for Scott, ladies and gentlemen.